Collab Crew, I'm Ashley.
And I'm Andrea.
And we're empowering estheticians one conversation at a time.
And today we have a special guest who is really dear to our heart, Miss Nicole Morales. She is the owner of Vibrant Piel Esthetics.
Yes.
And now...
And my second brand, the Piel Method.
And we are so excited to have her here today. She is one of the girls in the aesthetic community that just been supporting us from the very beginning, and we just love her so much. So we're like, why not have her on the podcast and talk about all the things she has going on?
Yes. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
Yeah, no, for sure. So before we get into further details about you and what you got going on, tell us a little bit about your background and what inspired you into your aesthetics journey.
Oh, my background. Well, I have a long background, but I'll try to keep it short.
No, girl, talk about it.
So before I even thought about aesthetics, I did a little bit of everything. I worked for a call center at a bank for quite a few years, and I feel that actually really helped me in a lot of ways. Well, and any job we have, we should always take something from it and bring it along. So I did that until the bank closed, and that's where I went into sales in the optical world. And I grew in there. Every 2 years, I caught myself like just growing in the industry, from just selling to supervising to then just running the store as manager for the optical. But every time I would get somewhere, I was just like stuck. Like, okay, where am I going to go now? Like, what other challenges there for me? Then that's when I went more to like the medical side of things in the optical world, assisting the optometrist, and I was there. That was basically my last 9 to 5. I was there for 4 years doing that, and sometimes the patients would be like, so what is the doctor doing? And I'm like, he's getting paid, girl. I'm just like, but the same thing, then I ended up training there as well. They ended up promoting me to train other technicians in the field, and I always call myself, you know, just, okay, what's next? Like, I already grew here, what's coming? And that's when I started thinking, okay, I know I want to do a business. Like, I think I need to do something on myself because I like the challenge. I need the growth. And aesthetics came actually from the optical. Every year we would go to a convention, and there was one optometrist from Georgia. She specializes in dry eyes, and she was talking about how she just opened a spa in her ophthalmology office, and I was like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah,
a spa and eye, what?
Eyes and facial.
Yeah,
why not, right?
Yeah, so I was like, oh, so I was like, okay. So I looked into it. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Let me get my license. I can continue in the field, but now I can work with dry eyes or offer whatever it is that they're offering, because I don't even know why there was a spa. And so that I went to school, and I actually just fell in love with skin. I was like, oh my God, I love this. So I was like, okay, in Orlando at that time, there was only 2 optometry offices that had spas.
Okay.
They didn't call me, so I took it as a sign. Okay, let's see. So then I was like, ugh. At that point, I just really didn't want to go back to what I was doing. I wanted something else. I had a license, and I worked. I went to a franchise to work. I was there for a little bit, but I was like, oh, I couldn't do things how I wanted to. I was like, oh no, I was in the spa, and I was like, this is not Nicole. This is not me. Like, yeah, I can't do things my way. Of course, you know how to respect the policies. So that's when I started putting mind into Vibrant Piel Esthetics. That's where that started coming from, and took the risk from there. And I knew that there was going to be challenges, but I already knew that I can handle them because I always want more growth. I mean, I did it in the banking, I did in optometry, I went for manager, that already was there in me.
So you know how to navigate that.
So I can handle it. No, I'm like, I can handle it. So I love that. That's where that came in.
So it was a pretty easy transition for you, would you say, from working at a chain to then opening up your own business?
It wasn't as easy because I was like, I've never opened a business. I just applied and I would get hired.
Right. So, and they have all the practices and policies in place already.
Right.
So now I have to come up with it myself. So it was a challenge itself, but I enjoyed it because I knew that, I knew that this is something that I'm going to, I didn't just do it to do it. I knew this is something I wanted to move forward with.
Yeah. So how long have you been in business now at Vibrant Piel Esthetics?
So it's been at the end of the year will be 3 years, so 2.5 years.
Good.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
I love that for you. I think when you're starting your own business, it is challenging. There's no way to say, oh, no, it's not in the beginning, because there's a lot of, you have to learn from the mistakes, the ups and downs, the things that you experience, the do's and the don'ts. And when you get money back right away, that's not profit. It goes right back into the company. So you have to learn discipline and all those things that make it a little bit more challenging, but it's definitely doable. And you're like proof of that. And I love that. Even during these times where the economy is crazy, after COVID, a lot of people felt like, oh, it's going to be harder now. And I find that as long as you're passionate about it and it's something you truly want to do, you're able to just overcome that.
I agree 100%. And I'm proof that, and I want to say this because I see it a lot. Even if you have someone doing the same service in their room next to you, that doesn't mean anything. Because my first studio, I was in a salon. I rented a room from a salon where they offered the same services.
Yeah.
And that never stopped me. There was never a problem. So, it doesn't matter what time it is or where you're at, like, people are going to come because of you.
Yeah.
And your passion that you mentioned. Absolutely. Like, you have to be passionate if you're doing something. You can't just say, oh, I want to open my business because I want to make my own money. You're not going to see that money for a while. So let's just be real. Like,
so just, hang tight.
See it for a while. It's going to come, but it's going to go right back to
exactly
what you need it for.
Exactly. So how did you come up with the name Vibrant Piel Esthetics?
So I relate it. Piel is a word in Spanish. It means skin, and in Spanish, so the first thing I wanted to incorporate an English and a Spanish word right from the beginning. Okay. I relate with both languages. I speak Spanglish at this point. Like, sometimes if you hear me pause, it's because the word is in Spanish in my brain. I'm trying to think about it in English, and vice versa. When I speak Spanish, sometimes I can't think of the word in Spanish, and it's like, I'll say it in English, so maybe I'll get it.
So funny, when you on your story, you're you'll start by saying, "Hi guys, I'm Nicole," then you go into Spanish, and then I find myself watching your Spanish, like I understand what the hell you're saying. But I think it's just so funny how you just transition from one to the other. But I do love that. I love that you're speaking to both worlds, and
it was that. Yeah, it was like it just relates with me, and I felt right. I was like, I have to do it, and I'm like, Piel, it's easy to pronounce, like Piel, it's just 4 letters. That's where it came from. It was that.
Okay. Right, so what made you passionate about educating others, or what made you even get started with the thought of educating and getting into it? Just because a lot of people may say, okay, well, you've only been in the industry for 3 years now. What made you feel at this point in the industry that you were ready to move on to aesthetics?
So it actually came year 2, so last year, and I think I had met Ashley first, and I would always go to her once in a while online before even really getting to know you now, and ask her questions. And the same way I would go to her and reach out for questions, I had girls reaching out to me in the industry for questions. And I've been in the industry for 1.5 years, not even 2 years yet, and I had others in the industry asking questions, and I would answer and I would help, because I did the same thing, and I didn't mind that at all. I was like, wow, there's a lot of girls starting off that need help just like I did. So the idea kind of came from there. And then there's those limiting beliefs. I've only been in business for 2 years. People are going to really trust me to get educated with me or whatnot. So I was like, let me start putting in the work. I started putting in works, kind of, creating more digital PDFs, slowly putting it in. The idea was there. Who do I really want to help? And that's when I was like, okay, let me see who are the ones asking me questions. Yeah. And most of them are starting off. And I was like, well, I can help those Nickies that were me 2 years ago, right? Yeah. Who need that confidence, who need that boost to keep practicing and learning. But I really enjoy helping. And I think honestly, it's even since before, when I worked my 9-to-5s, I was coaching, I was training, I was hiring, I was helping a team, I was growing my team, I was managing the store. Yeah. So that already was in me already. I mean, I had a store, a team of 12 that I have to, we have goals, let me coach you, let's train you, let's work together. So that was already in me. Plus, I think from that and maybe possibly being a pretty young mom at the age of 21, all I know is teaching. And caring and helping. So I feel like it's already kind of grew in me. So I want to say it comes from there. And then I was like, you know what? It was there. I wanted to do it, but I was like, oh no, then again, those limiting beliefs stopping me.
Yeah, don't do that. I feel like that has to be a good feeling, right? To know that people want to learn from you and want more from you. And I think it was around the same time when I started teaching wax classes. I think I was about 2.5, 3 years in when I started teaching wax classes. And when I had my first wax class, I had like 10 people attend that class.
I mean, that's a lot for a first class.
Right.
Yeah.
So it showed me like, wow, people are wanting to learn from me. People are wanting to like really just get out there. And I haven't pushed my training classes as much as I used to. And like my assistant's like always in my ear, like, do those training classes? I'm like, yeah, I just kind of took a step back because we're like shifting other things, especially like with the Esty collaborative. But girl, listen, if you feel confident in what you're teaching, if you know that you're teaching the proper way and you have people that are wanting to come learn from you, teach the class.
Yeah.
Teach it.
I did. And I remember we talked about it too. And Ashley also encouraged me to just do it. I had other, friends just do it. And I was like, okay, you know what? I feel like I had to kind of like talk to people just to see. I don't know. And then I finally launched it in May, the Piel Method. And my first student, she drove from Miami. I was
okay. That feels so good.
Yeah, she did. She drove to do the skills training. She's been waxing for a few years. Initially, I was like, okay, this is for the girls coming out of school who, still need that boost, feel like, because you just learned the basic, you still need more hands-on training. Let me teach you what's helped me so far these past 2.5 years.
Yeah.
But she's been waxing for so long that now she wants to incorporate facials and she needs that refresh. And I was like, oh, I can also help the girls or, men in the industry who have been, focused on one area and want to refresh the skills. So, and I was like, oh, she drove what?
Yeah, I know you felt special.
That feels great. I do remember us having the conversation last year, and I was just like, just do it. Like, you told me you already had everything set up. You're like, I have the training material. I have, the step-by-step course structure. It's just finding it to put it out there, which putting something new out there can be really scary, but again, if it's being requested, it's the same thing as us. We were like, people were asking, where can I learn this? Or I want to learn more of that. So we're like, okay, let's start with this. The thing people are asking most of, and then you can build up from there. So how many people have you trained thus far?
I've had 3.
Good.
Nice. So yes,
that's amazing.
My goal is like 1 to 2 a month. For now, it does take it's one-on-one, so it's a lot of energy, and I still don't want to take away from my clients. Yeah. So trying to find that balance. I mean, it's been 3 months, so far I've reached my goal 1 per month. Nice. My second student, she just finished school, so that was really nice. She's like, oh my God, like, I was teaching her some tips and techniques with extractions, and she was like, "Oh, I didn't learn that." And she was like, "Oh, I got you." It was good. Yeah, so that's where we're at right now with the Piel Method.
I really love that. I really love that. So with the Piel Method, what are you training right now? What different protocols and treatments do you train?
So right now I'm doing the one-on-one facial skills training. So the main thing with that, I really focus on client consultations. So doing a really thorough client consultation, I think that's one of my strengths. I mean, my clients tell me their reviews say like I'm very thorough, I'm very detailed. There's no surprises. Clients know what we understand where we're going, what we're doing. They start feeling comfortable. They start trusting me. So that's like the focus of the class there. And then we go into skin analysis and techniques with extracting techniques that I've learned or I've been able to refine throughout the time I've been working. We do customized facial, but very basic. It's more those techniques like on hands-on, how to do like certain facial massaging and what else? A little bit of everything, honestly. Just kind of like a whole protocol. So they shadow me, and then they get hands on. So I'll bring in 2 models.
Nice. Yeah, because hands-on is always the best. And I'm sure they're just so grateful to have somebody that's willing to guide them through. And one-on-one to me is my preferred way of learning. I mean, group settings can be okay depending on what you're being trained in. But for me, there's nothing better than one-on-one.
I agree.
Where you have somebody's full undivided attention. Yeah. You know, no gatekeeping, which I know you're that way.
I'm like, literally everything I've learned or what I know, I'm just like, here, even if they have questions and it wasn't on the description of the training, hey, let's practice it, like, you know, with the tools or anything I have, like I'm just giving you my time basically on the area that you feel you need most help with. So you know, whatever it is your focus is, and we can personalize that training for that. So it's a one-on-one. And the same thing, I feel like I can just give you my attention because everybody learns different. Some learn a little slower, some are a little faster, some may need help with one thing and some with others. So it's very personalized, the one-on-one.
So, and what all comes with your training? So they have the one-on-one session with you. Are you offering coaching calls and things like that in between if they need refreshers on anything?
So we do, if they want to bring some models in, they can bring models. I did like with my last student, she wanted to do a few more practices. So we booked 2 more models after that. Nice. So like, if they want to continue coming in, then we can do that. Then there's like mentoring too. Like I'm still like, if they have any questions, I'm there for them. And I include a workbook that I created. I'm so proud of it. I didn't bring it, but I'm very proud of my workbook and a PDF. So once you sign up, automatically in your emails, you get a PDF that I put together. That one is specifically on client consultation PDF that I put together. And an example of questions that you should have, especially with medical history. I'm really big on that. I mean, if you're working on skin, we should know and be aware of that. And the workbook, it's something we take some time to do there, and then you take home and finish like 2 pages, like a little homework there. That one is more on building that confidence within you. Like how to build that confidence, because that's what sometimes it's like, you know, a lot of things, but you're missing that little like confidence in you to really start taking on any clients, to really show that client, like, you know, I'm the professional here, like, so they can trust you. You have to have like that confidence. So the workbook is focused on that, because my goal is for that person, I know they know what they're going to do, but I want everyone to feel confident in what they're doing. So that's what the workbook is on.
I love that you're incorporating that too. Do you feel like you went into confidence is something that had to build with you over time? And do you feel like your network of Esty besties has also helped you with that?
So I do feel like the confidence, because I feel like the field I was in before gave me that. Feels like I was able to bring, that's why earlier I said, like anything you've learned, like try to bring it with you that's going to help you. A lot of times, so, you know, I brought that in. So I feel like that confidence was in me. Like, you know what? Plus I educate myself a lot. So that's very important. Like you have to educate yourself on ingredients and and so like you have to do that part, right? So of course, being in this field, once I started, I was like courses, studying a lot. Plus with what I already had, putting that together gave me that confidence. I would just say that another thing that I was going to mention is, you know, like you said, the Esty, like just like having like community around you, other women you can talk to, because you never know who you're going to relate. Like when I listened to, I think it was one of your very first podcasts, and you were talking about your same thing in the background. I was like, oh, same thing. I can relate to that. Like I get it. Like, you know, so listening and then that way, you know, you're not the only one. You're not alone. So listening to podcasts, going to events, even if there's women in the same industry, because it's not just to get a client, it's to also build something within you. You never know who you're going to meet or how that person can help you.
And there's nothing wrong with being friends or finding friends within the same community as you, getting together, brainstorming, having lunch, dinner, whatever. I think it's important to have that circle of people. You know, for a very long time in the industry, I was a loner in the industry, and I kind of low-key still am, like, until Ashley came, you know, because I did find it very hard to just find reliable people to kind of grow with and connect with, or whatever the case. So I do give you kudos for that, because one thing I can say about Nicole is she networks. Nicole be everywhere, from Miami to New York, back to Orlando. Nicole is definitely one for networking. We've seen her at a few networking events. We were vendors at a networking event together not too long ago, and she really puts in the footwork footwork to make sure that she's building that community all around. So kudos to you, girl.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I try. I try to get around.
No, good for you. Good for you. So have you collaborated with any other professional brands or educators in the industry, and have those partnerships, if you have, influenced growth within Vibrant Piel Esthetics or the Piel Method?
So last year was my first opportunity working with Dermaswiss, which is a skin line, a professional brand that I use in my studio. And it was a little last minute where they called me up and they asked me if I can do the live demos at the Orlando Premiere Beauty Show. I think it was like 3 weeks in, and you know me, I'm always like, I'll do it. So that was my opportunity. I went, they said, okay, study this, and of course I started studying. So that was my first opportunity working with the brand. Not until this year, now I'm a little more involved with them, and which is a great opportunity for me also with the Piel Method that I just launched, because I can also teach my students a little bit about their brand, just in case, since they're starting off, just to have something to start off with and talk about that, or any brand that I use. But as far as working with and collaborating with Dermaswiss now.
Which I think is cool. Do they have a minimum opening order?
They don't.
And that's what's even better, for you teaching the estheticians that come in about what you love most about the brand, and then they can go off and buy it and try it without spending tons and tons of money, and whether they like the product or not, they have to get rid of it.
So it works out exactly. Because everybody's starting off, so everybody's budget's different, and so just if you want to try 4-5 things to start off with, then it's a great way for me to tell them to give it a try.
Nice. I like that a lot. Okay.
How was your experience working at the trade show?
Actually, it was really fun. A lot of energy. You need to have energy.
A lot of it.
You're going to have to go with energy. And I think I already have that. But yeah, it was actually really fun. When I did the demos last year, at first, I'm not going to lie, I was a little nervous because, people just sit around and they stare. And this time, it's not clients looking at me, it's professionals listening and watching me. Maybe some that know more than me, that are there. So it was a little intimidating at first. That was just me in my head. I didn't show it. I was like, oh my God. But it was actually really fun. I had a good time, and just being able to answer questions, which again, I enjoy doing. It was fun. This year I went also to the premiere, but I was more doing that, and helping with sales. I didn't do demos, but talking about the brand and helping out. So I enjoyed it. Was I tired at the end of the day? Yes. But throughout the whole day, I had a great experience. It was fun.
And I seen you at Premiere, and then she came over to Zimmits because I was working that booth, and Nicole bought a very expensive machine to add to her treatment room.
Cried.
She did cry. I hugged her and I was telling her, listen, girl,
I cried of happiness. It was
it's very scary to make a big investment, because in your mind you're thinking, what if? Because we always psych ourselves out in our mind. But it's like, if you invest in something, of course you're going to push for it.
Right.
Of course you're going to put it out there. Of course you're going to get clients interested and wanting to do it. So how has it been since you've been with the device and getting used to it? Because I know it hasn't been long, but how?
I got it. So it was my first, I want to say my biggest investment. And just before going into that, I just want to say, if you're someone who's starting off, you can start off with very simple things. You don't need too much to start off, because you're still going to give clients a great experience and good results. And so that's how I started off, with simple. And of course, now last year, actually, I was already looking into it, and I was so tempted when I went to Miami for the trade show, and I was like, oh, no. Something in me, I wasn't ready. This time I knew I was ready to get it this time, but it still scared me, even though I knew I was ready. And it's something I just wanted. I've seen the results. I really love it. And I think, I don't know, once I was signing to get it, my eyes got watery. I think I promise it's happy tears. I think you understood. Of course, because you know me. And the rep, she didn't know me, but she's like, you okay? I'm like, I'm just happy. I can't believe I'm doing this. And so now I recently got it, and then it's I'm just really excited. I've already done probably, I want to say about 5 clients, and man, that jar fills up with all that gunk, and I love it. I got it done on myself. My skin felt like velvety. Oh, I love it. I don't know. It was just something about it that I really enjoyed on myself and on the clients, just doing and having them experience it. But yeah, it's been something that I'm like really proud of, just as I'm proud of many other accomplishments that I've done throughout the time. But yeah, I have it there. That's cool.
Yeah. So what exactly was the machine that you invested in? Like a hydrofacial type of machine?
Yeah, it's the Zemex. It's like they call it the hydro diamond.
Mm-hmm.
The hydro diamond. So similar to hydrofacial, but because of the diamond tips, it's a little different. But
yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Did you start pre-selling that treatment too? Like, what was that part of your plan before making the investment?
No, I just honestly started telling clients like right before I knew, after I purchased it, because I just make sure I gotta confirm like I'm actually gonna get it.
Right.
Once I did that, then I just kind of started telling online like something's coming, something I've been really wanting, something that's on my vision board, I've prayed for, I've worked hard for, is coming.
Yeah.
So clients, they can start seeing, okay, that's cool. She has it on her vision board. Like, it's personal. Like, maybe someone can relate. You don't have to be in the industry. Just something that you really put in work and everything in you for. So I just kind of started sharing that personal part of it.
Yeah.
And once I had it and put it together, like, hey, I'm just taking the courses. It's coming. I was just putting it like that, and now I'm explaining. While I was waiting for it to come and everything, then all my clients come in and I was already talking to them about it. Like, hey, this is what's coming. This is what it does. This is what it's for. So they already know.
Yeah, you're getting the excitement building for it.
Basically.
Nice. Nice.
Speaking of like proud moments, what have been one of your proudest moments, whether it was from an esthetician viewpoint or an educator viewpoint?
Ooh, the proudest, I want to say, yeah, it's a little hard, but I'm gonna, just because I'm someone that I like to celebrate or be proud of even the smallest things for me. I feel that that's one of the things that's also kept me going. I try to remind myself all the time to just be happy about any little thing that you do. But I want to say proudest, like for me, it's just like that I actually left, like that initial feeling, like I left the business, I was getting paid pretty well to like leave that to then go pay a rent right away and not have clients. Yeah. But now I'm here, so I think that's like, wow, like I did that, and I'm an overthinker. So for me to do that was
pretty big.
Yeah, that's why I like, because I was doing pretty big again for like, I think that part of where like you think about your personal life, just me and my daughter at the time and raising her alone and having that to always work where you got to work hard because you want to provide, and then to just leave, and I've worked hard to be where I was at that time, to leave that and then go open a business and not pay your rent and wait, where are the clients at, I think that has to be one of my proudest ones, that first initial step.
Yeah. You're still here almost 3 years in. And they say a lot of, especially women-owned businesses and small businesses, and aesthetics specifically, don't survive past the 3-year mark, which is really, really sad. But because of all the work that goes into it, and like you said earlier, having that previous experience definitely, I think, has helped you now survive and thrive in Vibrant Piel Esthetics.
Yeah. So thank you.
Yeah, no problem, girl.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what are your goals for Vibrant Piel Esthetics in the next year? Or the Piel Method?
Yeah. So I definitely want to grow, but I feel like I'm already at the point where I'm starting to build more like loyal clients. So of course I want to continue doing that, but I want to also focus with the Piel Method. I would like to probably later on do some more like group workshops and continue doing the one-on-one, but start doing workshops where we can get in person and do that. So that's one of the goals with the Piel Method, is start doing some in-person workshops. So be on the lookout for that. I'm going to bring it to Kissimmee, because I always drive to Orlando. So I'm definitely trying to bring something in the area where I am.
Which I love, because that area is really growing, and I've come to visit your space out there, and it's the little downtown area is so cute, and it's really grown a lot, and they've made a lot of updates to the area. So I'm sure you're probably getting a lot of new clientele just from people moving to that area.
So definitely that's one of the goals, is to bring more awareness there for the industry in that area. There's so many others around the same building. I'm in a building with, there's a esthetician next to me, to my right, to my left. So I want to that's part of the goal.
Yeah. Well, I got to come see you. I know we talked about when you get that machine.
Yes, we'll talk right after.
Yeah, but I'm going to come see you because I definitely need a deep core, like something, you know, and it's nothing better than getting it done from someone else. I don't like doing extractions of myself. I don't want to hurt myself, you know, so I'll definitely be checking you out when I come back from my vacation, and we'll plan something for sure.
Sounds good. I got to go.
Do you have any dream collaborations or brands that you would want to work with in the future?
I thought about that actually recently that I got those MS.
Yeah.
I was like, I really love it. I really worked hard for it. So I think that maybe that's something I would like to collaborate with. And that's something I recently put thought into. I'm like, it'd be pretty cool to be able to collaborate with the brand.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. I think it's possible.
Program, right?
Yeah. It's definitely possible, girl. So just keep showing up and posting your stuff about their product, talk about their product, tag them, you know?
Yeah, and it's still a lot to do. I think that throughout just me like putting it out there, like you said, and there's still a lot for me to learn too. Right. Just like I'm teaching others, I'm also like trying to learn and grow. Like there's still room for growth. I think that never ends, honestly.
Yeah, it's always ongoing. Yeah. And I'm sure your students appreciate that, having that out of their teacher and mentor, something that is continuing to make sure that they're up to date on all the things.
Definitely. I try my best.
So what advice would you give to other estheticians looking to transition into education or build a brand rooted in skin health and results?
I would say just make sure it's something that you are truly passionate about, because it shows. If you are not truly passionate about it, then don't do it yet. Just make sure it is that you have the patience, that you have the knowledge as well, that you truly love it, and if it just feels right to you, then do it. Don't be like me, an overthinker for a year. Like if you're an overthinker like I am, just really trust in yourself, trust in your vision and your passion that you have, because if you really put in that dedication to the vision you have, whether it's educating and you want to take that step, then just take it. It doesn't have to be perfect. And, just start. Because if it's coming from like an overthinker, I think about it, I'm like, oh, I could have really started this last year. Yeah. But I really think the most important part is just that. It just has to really come from here. Don't do it just to do something else, just do it because you're actually going to really enjoy it, and you really truly want to see that person succeed, or you really want to help them. Just the same thing in the treatment room. We make sure you're treating your client because you truly want to help them.
Right. Yeah. Not just throwing things on their face.
Yeah.
Be intentional with it.
Exactly. That's the word. You'll be intentional.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Great advice.
Yeah. That is great advice. And I feel the same. When it comes to wanting to transition into education, make sure that whatever it is that you're teaching is something that you know the ins and outs about, and it's something that you're truly passionate about, and it's something that if they came back and asked you a question, you're able to answer that question. Right. No questions asked. It is important to have a passion behind it as well, because when you don't know, like you said, it does show. So if it's something you guys want to do, really put in the work to get to that level, because it does take, like Nicole said, she's taken trainings and educated herself on ingredients and knowing that she's giving the right information, not the wrong information.
Yeah, you have to invest. You really do have to invest just as much as you invest in, like, sometimes I've seen where you invest so much in machines and this in your room, and you already have all these tools and all these products invested in, but how about like your education?
Right.
Like how about, that part of it, like going to networking events, hiring a coach, taking the courses. Sometimes the same brands you have in your room have courses, and a lot of times people are not paying to take these courses and really educate themselves. So really important to do that, to invest your time and dedicate it.
Okay. Well, Nicole, you just gave us all of the tea and all of the things, Vibrant Piel Esthetics and the Piel Method. Yes. Is there anything that you would like the viewers to know about you? You can also let them know where and how they can get in contact with you if they're interested in getting a facial or taking a class from you.
Yeah, of course. So Vibrant Piel Esthetics, I am located in downtown Kissimmee. If you're not sure where that is, it's heading towards Disney, I guess. So that's where I'm located. So if you're interested in coming in for a facial, you can also reach out to me on Instagram. That is my Instagram name, Vibrant Piel PIEL, just in case, Aesthetics. If you're interested in taking any trainings, you can always message me, the Piel Method. Nicole Morales is my name. You can also put that in the search. I'm sure it'll come up. But as far as trainings, any questions you have, please reach out, because if I have an answer, I'll give it to you. If I don't, I can always recommend you or refer you to someone that will have the answer. But I'm always that girl that will help you. Even if you're not in the beauty industry and you're watching this, honestly, reach out, whether if you have any questions like how I did it, how to get outside your comfort zone, or an event, because I'm always, even follow me just to check my stories out, because sometimes I'm even sharing stuff that have nothing to do with the beauty industry. I'm just that person that really likes to see others grow and help, because I know the feeling, and I'm just here. So follow me, and if any questions, reach out.
No.
Yes. Thank you for being here, Nicole. We love you so
Thanks
much.
for having me. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, no, for
I appreciate
sure.
it. I really do.
You know, you've been Employee of the Month, Employee of the Month. Does not work for us. Esthetician of the Month with when we were doing the Esthetician of the Month series. She was even at CollabCon, and she was there supporting and networking, and she's just an all-around amazing individual. And I appreciate you, your presence, your just who you are overall. Like, you're really good people. Never change, girl.
I won't. No, I appreciate both of you, honestly. I mean, just being in the rooms here, the events you've done. When I saw what you guys were doing from the beginning, it got me excited. I'm like, because being like working alone can be like lonely, you know?
Yeah.
It's like you're just in the room. It's like, so just being around others with like that good energy, like I truly enjoy it. So thanks for, I said this before, but thanks for doing what you both are doing with the Esty collab.
All right, guys, so that wraps up another episode of the Esty Collaborative Podcast. Be sure to contact Nicole Morales if you're interested in getting a facial or taking one of her training classes.
So like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Bye.